Hello and welcome to another edition of Crypto News with Chingas, brought to you by Crypto World News. My name is Chingas. Today is Friday, April 27th, 2018. Bitcoin is trading at 92.77. Got a couple articles I want to talk to you about today, so let's do this. First article up on the chopping block, brought to you by Bitcoin Magazine. Popular Ether wallet MEW is hijacked in DNS attack. So MEW is my Ether wallet for those who don't know, and for those who don't understand, a DNS attack, the site itself was not hacked. So in this instance, when you typed in my Ether wallet into the address, you did not get the certificate. That would be the first red flag. For those that were warned that they did not receive the certificate and moved on anyway, is when they got redirected to a Russian site, in which case if you put your credentials in there, your login information, then now they have it. Similar to what happened with Binance. December, January, and February, they were collecting data through phishing sites, and then all that mayhem broke loose on March 7th. So it's similar to that. The site itself was not hacked, but login information was taken through phishing sites through a DNS attack. You have to be extremely careful out there. Everything to do with crypto, and especially anything to do that's going to be holding wallets or exchanges. Okay, moving on. An article brought to you by CCN. Blockchain technology is disrupting the travel industry as we know it. Now, this is really good. So when you have disruption in an industry, typically that is to the benefit of the consumer. In this instance, we're looking at the inefficiency of how airline travel, car rentals, and hotel rentals are taking place currently, not on the chain. To bring in blockchain into those industries, we're able to cut out middlemen all over the place, shave fees down to next to nothing, and allow for peer-to-peer transactions to happen instead of one party contacting a third party who is working for another party, and it's a total mess. So this article does mention a few things I want to bring up here. They talk about a blockchain-based platform, Go Eureka, and they seek to decentralize and disintermediate the booking process for hotels. They also mention for flying, they cite SITA, and SITA has been working on something called Flight Chain. So Flight Chain is trying to have multiple parties all talk to each other through smart contracts onto a single chain. And that chain will help, so you got accurate details, better planning, and a simplified travel for consumers. So really cool stuff. Further down the line, keeping on the same topic, right? So here's Go Eureka's site here. This is SITA's site. They talk about Flight Chain. There's a white paper available there. For hotels currently that's already being used, Locktrip is another one. You have Crypto Cribs, where you can pay in crypto and you can rent hotel rooms, Airbnbs, that type of thing. Travel Coin is another one that's out there. Travel Chain is another one that's out there. Whining Tree is out there. What I'm trying to say is there's a ton of interest in disruption of this particular industry, and as we move forward, I think we will see the savings, and that's a really important part. Not to mention, using blockchain is what everybody in the crypto sphere wants. And last is the TUI Group, which already exists as the world's largest travel group. They are talking about creating blockchains that will work for them in their service. So a lot of really cool stuff happening in that industry, where again, we'll have to wait and see, like everything else, how it all shakes out. But this is all really good information. Man, I love good news. Who doesn't love good news on a Friday? So here we go. This is brought to you by CoinDesk. France is cutting taxes for retail crypto traders. So from reading this article, we are able to get a few details out here. So they have a Council of State, and that is the body that advises the government in legal matters. Currently, the way it's set up, they're taxed in what's called industrial and commercial profits, which is BIC. So taxes on crypto gains currently can go as high as 45%, and that's plus the country's generalized social contribution, or the CSG, of 17.2%. So what happened here was a bunch of furious investors got together and they had a lawsuit. So now what they're planning on doing is they're going to make the capital gains movable property. And by making movable property, they'd be able to get the liability of those crypto gains down to 19%. You still have to pay the 17.2 CSG, but 19 down from 45 for the highest bracket. That's awesome. That's fantastic. These are the things we most certainly like to see. Now, they do go on to say that, they leave a little window there just in case that certain types of transactions may, however, fall under provisions related to other categories of income, and those proceeds can go back to that BIC tax, so you could go back up to 45. But they do mention in the article, they talk about mining and certain specifics to technology. But what it does look like is crypto gains as a whole is going to move to movable property, and therefore the tax will go down on that, and that's great. So if you live in France, this is a victory for you guys. That's fantastic. We're hoping to see something hopefully similar. Maybe France will pave the way for the rest of the globe. Hopefully here in the United States, they can get their things together and we can have a better tax year next April. So anyway, that about wraps it up for this edition of Crypto News with Chingas. Again, my name is Chingas. This was brought to you by Crypto World News. You can find them on Discord. You can find them on Twitch. You find them here on YouTube. You can leave comments down below. Whatever you want to do. You want to continue the conversation, head on over to Twitch. You can find me in Discord. You can find a whole bunch of really good people in the Discord, and we'll have the conversation there. So everybody, have yourself a great weekend. Bitcoin is now at 93.20, so we'll see what happens. And happy trading, everybody. If only I can remember what it was when I started the video to what it is now, then I could do some sort of, we've gained, $47 in Bitcoin. But, I didn't do that, obviously. So, I guess I could later. I don't know. Overall, I think this was fairly smooth. We should stop it though, because I'm just talking for no reason.